People in Umuokwe village still talk about the day Amara returned home, sitting in the back seat of a black SUV, wearing a gold wrapper and dark glasses, while two security men opened the door for her like she was royalty. Nobody believed it was the same shy girl who once swept compounds for food. Nobody understood how the girl who went to the city as a maid came back as Madam Amara, wife of one of the richest young men in Enugu. What they didn't know was that her story began with tears, grew with jealousy, and was saved by a love that saw a queen where everyone else saw only a maid. Amara grew up in Umuokwe, a quiet village where everyone knew who had money and who didn't. Her family had almost nothing. Her mother sold akara by the roadside. Her father died when she was 15. Her younger brothers stopped school to farm. Amara was the only one who tried to keep some hope. She worked anywhere she could, fetching water, washing clothes, clearing compounds, helping old women. People liked her because she worked quietly. No complaints. No gossip. No trouble. But poverty doesn't care about good behavior. By 20, she knew she needed to leave the village or remain stuck forever. So when Mama Chidi came for a burial and mentioned she needed a young girl to help around the house in the city, Amara's mother almost knelt down. "Please take my daughter," she begged. "She is humble. She will not give you stress." Mama Chidi eyed Amara from head to toe. The girl looked thin but neat. Her eyes were calm. She didn't talk too much. "Fine," Mama Chidi said. "I will take her." And that was how Amara's story began. The city hit Amara like cold water. Tall buildings. Fast cars. Noise everywhere. Mama Chidi's house was big, 2 floors, a wide gate, and a compound that looked cleaner than some hospital rooms. Amara stood there, confused. Was she really going to live here? Inside, she met the son, Chidi. Tall. Well-dressed. Quiet. He looked like someone who never struggled for anything in life. He only nodded at her introduction. But that simple nod made her look down quickly. Something about him felt too bright for someone like her. Her room was small but comfortable. Better than anything she ever had. Her job was simple: cleaning, washing, and helping in the kitchen. She worked with quiet seriousness. Never wasting time. Never answering back. Within 1 week, everyone in the house liked her. Except one person. The first day Oluchi visited the house, she didn't hide her irritation. She walked into the living room holding her expensive handbag like it was part of her body. Her eyes scanned the place, then landed on Amara. A long look. A slow frown. "Who is that?" she asked. "A helper Mama hired," Chidi replied. Oluchi hissed. "A helper? In this house? Why?" Mama Chidi frowned. "Because I need help." "Is that a problem?" Oluchi didn't answer. She only continued staring at Amara like she was dirt on the floor. From that day, every time Oluchi came, tension filled the air. She gave orders like she owned the place. "Bring water. Clean this. Move that. Hurry up." Amara never argued. She simply obeyed. But something strange happened the more Oluchi barked. Chidi's eyes kept drifting toward Amara. Not in a romantic way at first. More like curiosity. Like he was trying to understand something about her. And that made Oluchi even angrier. Oluchi and Chidi had been together for 3 years. Both from rich families. Both from the same circle. Their marriage was already expected by everyone. But inside the relationship, things were cold. Oluchi never encouraged Chidi's ideas. She always looked bored when he talked about work. She treated the maids like they were trash. She argued with Mama Chidi often. Most times, she acted like she was doing the family a favor by marrying their son. Chidi ignored many things. He didn't want trouble. He didn't want gossip. He didn't want to shame his mother. So he swallowed everything. Until the day something changed. It was late. Almost 11 p.m. Everyone had gone to bed. Chidi came downstairs to get a bottle of cold water from the fridge. That was when he heard it. A soft sound. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just quiet crying. He followed the sound to the backyard. There, sitting on a low stool, was Amara. Her head was in her hands. Her shoulders shaking. He froze. He had never seen her break down before. "What happened?" he asked. She jumped up immediately, wiping her eyes. "Nothing, sir." "Don't lie. I heard you." "It's nothing serious, sir." He stepped closer. "Amara." She swallowed. Her eyes were red. Her voice was thin. "My mother called. My brother is seriously sick and there is no money to take him to the hospital." Silence hung between them. Something inside Chidi shifted. He removed his wallet, took out some money, and placed it in her hand. It was more money than she had ever held in her life. "Take this," he said. "Send it to your mother tomorrow. And don't cry alone next time." She wanted to kneel. She wanted to thank him. But he stopped her with a small gesture of his hand. In that moment, something invisible passed between them. Something neither of them understood. But something Oluchi would later smell like smoke. It started small. One morning, Chidi walked into the kitchen and found Amara struggling with a heavy pot. He took it from her. "Let me help." She looked confused. "Sir, I can manage." "It's fine." Another day, he returned home early and found her arranging the living room. "Have you eaten?" he asked. "Yes, sir." He frowned. "Don't lie." She hesitated. "No, sir." He went to the kitchen and served her food himself. She almost fainted from shock. Slowly, gently, quietly, a bond formed. Not romance. Not yet. But a soft friendship. A rare kind of care. The kind Oluchi never gave him. Oluchi noticed the change before anyone else. One afternoon, she visited the house and saw Amara bringing food to Chidi's study. "Why is she carrying your food?" Oluchi demanded. Chidi didn't look up from his laptop. "Because she works here." Oluchi snapped her fingers. "But she is too slow. Tell another maid to do it." Chidi finally looked up. "I like the way she does things. Leave it." That was the moment Oluchi realized something dangerous. Chidi was defending the maid. Her eyes narrowed. From that day, she watched Amara closely. Too closely. Almost like a hunter watching prey. She insulted her more. Complained more. Raised her voice more. But Amara still didn't talk back. And that silence only made Chidi's eyes harder each time he witnessed it. Everything exploded one Saturday morning. Oluchi came with some friends to plan part of the wedding. They sat in the living room laughing loudly, drinking juice. Later on, when the friends already left, she called Amara. "Come here." Amara rushed forward. "Clean my shoes." Amara bent down and began cleaning. Oluchi kicked her hand away. "You scratched it. Are you stupid?" Chidi heard the shout and came downstairs. "What is happening?" he asked. "She damaged my shoe." Oluchi yelled. Chidi looked at Amara, then at the shoe. There was nothing wrong with it. He took a deep breath. "Oluchi, stop this." She gasped. "Stop what?" "This attitude. The insults. The shouting. You treat her like she's not human." "She is a maid, Chidi." "And so what?" "She is still a person." Oluchi stood up with full anger. "You're defending her now? Is that it? You prefer this village girl to me?" Silence. Chidi didn't answer. But his silence was enough. Oluchi pointed at Amara. "This girl is trying to steal you." Chidi's voice dropped. "Leave my house." "What did you say?" Oluchi whispered. "I said leave. Go home. We will talk later." Oluchi grabbed her bag and stormed out. That was the day the relationship truly died. 3 days later, 2 families gathered in Chidi's father's sitting room. Oluchi's parents were angry. Loud. Accusing. "Your son is dishonouring our daughter. He wants to marry a house girl. This is shameful." Mema Chidi defended her son. "He is not a child. If he says the relationship is over, then it is over." But Chidi's father looked worried. "What is this we are hearing about the maid?" Chidi spoke with calm, steady words. "There is nothing between us. But I won't watch someone mistreat her in my own house." Oluchi's father hit the table. You want to destroy everything because of a poor girl. Chidi didn't blink. I want peace in my house. That's all. When the meeting ended, everything was broken. The engagement was officially called off. But people didn't know the full truth. Deep inside Chidi, something had already changed. He saw Amara differently now. He thought about her too much. Her quiet strength. Her kindness. Her humility. The feeling scared him. He tried to push it away. He failed. 2 weeks later, Amara collapsed. She had been working non-stop for days, trying to avoid trouble. That afternoon, she fainted in the kitchen. Chidi carried her to the guest room. He stayed there until she woke up. When her eyes opened, he exhaled sharply, as if he had been holding his breath for hours. You scared me, he whispered. She blinked. I'm sorry, sir. Stop calling me sir, he said quietly. She looked confused. What should I call you? He swallowed. Just Chidi. Her face flushed. She looked away quickly. He touched her shoulder gently. Amara, you are important. More important than you know. Her heart almost stopped. At that exact moment, Mema Chidi walked in. She looked at them. Looked at the closeness. Looked at Chidi's hand on the girl's shoulder. Something clicked in her mind. She said nothing. But she noticed. After that day, everything changed quietly. Chidi talked to Amara more. He asked about her family. Her dreams. Her fears. He gave her days off. Bought her new clothes. Made sure she ate well. He didn't touch her. He didn't cross any line. But the way he looked at her, it was clear. He was falling. Amara felt it too. But she fought it. She reminded herself she was a maid. A poor girl. Not someone a man like Chidi should ever love. But every kind word from him shook her walls. Every smile weakened her resolve. And in the middle of all this, Oluchi returned. Oluchi didn't come with smiles. She came with fire. She barged into the house without knocking. Where is she? She screamed. Chidi rushed out. What are you doing here? Oluchi pointed upstairs. That girl. That witch. She is the reason our relationship ended. She didn't do anything. You're blind, Chidi. She pretends to be innocent. She is manipulating you. That's enough. Oluchi stepped closer. Her voice dropped. If you choose her, you will regret it. Chidi didn't flinch. There is no you and I anymore. Her eyes widened. You really picked your maid over me? He didn't answer. Oluchi left, but she didn't go quietly. She left with a promise. This is not the end. That night, Chidi couldn't sleep. He paced up and down his room. Thinking. Fighting his feelings. At midnight, he walked downstairs and found Amara arranging plates on the dining table. You're still awake? He asked. Yes. I couldn't sleep. Their eyes met. Something strong passed between them. Something neither could avoid anymore. Chidi stepped closer. Amara. Sir. I told you not to call me that. She swallowed. Chidi. He exhaled, relieved just to hear it. Look at me, he said. She raised her head slowly. I don't know when it started. But I can't pretend anymore. His voice was low. Honest. Shaking a little. I care about you. Too much. Tears filled her eyes. Don't say that. Why? Because I am nobody. He shook his head. You are not nobody. Her tears dropped. Silence wrapped them. A deep silence full of truth. Then she whispered, I care about you too. It felt like the world stopped. The next morning, Chidi sat with his mother. Mama, I want to marry Amara. Mama Chidi looked at him for a long time. Are you sure? Yes. She has no education. I will help her go to school. Mema Chidi sighed. Do you love her? Yes, Mema. I love her. She smiled softly. Then I support you. Chidi almost couldn't believe it. But your father, Mema added. He may not agree. I will convince him. Mema touched his hand. As long as she makes you happy, I am with you. Chidi breathed out, relieved. He went to find Amara in the kitchen. When she saw him, she smiled shyly. He took her hands. Amara, I want you to be my wife. She froze. Then tears slowly filled her eyes. Are you sure? She whispered. More than anything. She didn't speak. She just nodded and cried in his arms. News spread fast. Too fast. Within days, everyone knew. Chidi wanted to marry his maid. The village talked. The city talked. Strangers talked. People laughed. People insulted. People predicted doom. Oluchi's family raged. Threats came from all corners. But Chidi didn't move. He protected Amara like she was air. He argued with his father daily. He cut off friends who mocked her. He stood firm even when it cost him contracts and opportunities. Amara tried to tell him to stop. He refused. You are worth fighting for, he said. No one had ever fought for her in her entire life, and she had never loved anyone the way she loved him. The traditional wedding happened so fast. It was bigger than anyone expected. So many people from the village came. People from the city came. Even those who mocked her came out of curiosity. Amara wore a simple George wrapper with coral beads. She looked royal. Not because of the clothes, but because of peace on her face. Chidi wore white. Tall. Calm. Proud. When Amara came out to greet the guests, people gasped. Is that the maid? God is wonderful. Money is good. No, grace is good. But the moment that broke everyone happened when Chidi saw her approaching with the palm wine. He stood. Eyes full of love. Hands slightly shaking. Amara knelt and offered him the cup. He took it gently. Then he pulled her up and whispered, I choose you. Tears ran down her face. He kissed her forehead. The crowd exploded with joy. Even Mama Chidi wiped tears. Some people didn't clap. Some stood stiff. But it didn't matter. Love had won. After the wedding, Chidi moved Amara into their new home, a large duplex with soft lights and quiet spaces. He hired a tutor to teach her English and computer skills. He registered her for adult classes. He encouraged her every day. Within months, her confidence grew. Within a year, she became a businesswoman. Within 2 years, she became respected. People now called her Madam Amara. And Chidi treated her like a queen. Everywhere they went, he held her hand proudly. People whispered. People stared. But they always saw one thing. He was happy. She was happy. And that was enough. 2 years later, Amara returned to her village in a black SUV. Women ran out of their houses. Children screamed her name. Her mother cried and held her tightly. Her brothers couldn't believe it was really her. Amara built her mother a new house. Paid for her brother's education. Changed her family's story. People in the village whispered. Life is strange. Who would have believed? From maid to madam. But the truth was simple. Amara didn't rise because she was lucky. She rose because she was kind, humble, and good. And when good meets love, magic happens.